Hey everybody, how are you guys doing today? Today's video is basically talking about how, um, what happens when we make changes in our life, and what to anticipate, and how that goes. Um, I think a lot of my videos, they don't repeat exactly, but I tend to overlap in themes a lot. Hopefully you're starting to see a trend that um, it's all connected. Anyway, so the theme lately with like my students, clients, and friends has been that they go to make a fundamental change in their life, and then it's like all hell breaks loose. And, I just laugh every time that happens because um, it's so totally like an indicator that the change is real and that you're right on course. Because what most of us don't realize is that we live in what's known as like a state of being. So our mind and our bodies kind of work in cahoots. We feel things and we think things, and they tend to match and reintegrate all the time. But when we find enough space to have an insight and go, I don't like that state of being, I don't like this aspect of my life, and we're like, okay, I'm going to change that. And if it's a like I said, a fundamental enough of a change, then what happens is we end up attracting to us, because we're such powerful manifestors, like we are masters of our reality all the time. It's just that the majority of us don't like what we've mastered, okay? But we're constantly mastering what we are bringing into our reality. So what happens is, as you go to make this change, we've now stepped out of, say, an equation. If we have, like x plus y equals z, and now we're going to change up the y for like a d or an f, well, now the entire equation has to shift. Meaning that, like, your state of being, if it's wired for a certain reality, say complacency, or I'm not good enough, or things will never get better, and that's a subtle state of being that we find ourselves in sometimes. Like, we have no clue that we're even there. But if we find that space and we're like, you know what, I really do want to be happier. I really do want to be more successful. I actually do want to lose weight. Like, whatever the change might be that you want to implement, the second that we go to implement it, what happens is the old state of being, the old paradigm, kicks up into high gear, and it's literally like a survival mechanism to the cellular level, saying, oh no, change is coming, we can't have that, because if this shift actually happens, then we can no longer exist in this place. We have to adapt and change too. And every cell has a vibration, every cell has a consciousness, and when you go to make those changes, the cells typically in the beginning aren't happy. They've gotten used to things like misery and, grief and sadness and sorrow. They've just learned to live with it, and that becomes their food they eat off of. So the second you go to change it, they're like, what? No. We're used to grief. We're used to complacency. You can't change that on us. So what happens as a result is we end up literally attracting situations that on the outside appear so dramatic and chaotic. But what happens to the brain? The brain goes, oh, I guess I really don't have enough will to lose weight. Oh, I guess I actually can't get out of this relationship because my partner just reacted so severely. Oh, I guess I can't be healthy because all of a sudden my health has fallen apart. Oh, I guess I can't move forward because, now that I can't work, now that I'm sick and I can't work, I can't make money, and therefore I can't move forward, right? And then we spiral back and we find ourselves matching the old paradigm instead of the new one based on the changes we're making. Don't fall for it. It's a trap. It's a trap. In fact, if it happens, you're on the right track. And it takes a certain amount of will and consciousness to go, oh, that's a booby trap, and I'm not falling for it. That's totally par for the course, is that chaos always is the response to fundamental change. Because on a deeper level, our subconscious does not want us to shift because it wants to stay the same. So everyone in my life recently has experienced this, and it's been just like, whoa, in so many different ways. It's like, they're like, I'm doing it, I'm going for it, I'm making this happen, and boom, everything falls apart. Literally within days of this like confident decision they've made. And it's a trap to bring you back, to go, oh, I guess I can't do it. Oh, I guess it's not meant to be. Oh, I guess whatever. Don't fall for it. It's a trap. You have to implement that will and override the chaos and move forward anyway. Okay? To make changes, to make measurable, effective change, we have to recognize where we don't want to go in our mind and in our body, that state of being, and go there anyway. All right? That's how you can measure if you're moving in the right direction, because in 99.9% of the time, it is not comfortable. All right? If it's comfortable, you know you're not going anywhere. You are like just doing circles in your comfort zone. So, that's all. I just wanted to discuss that. It's totally like this amazing phenomenon that happens when we go to make change. Most people, they fall right into the booby trap and they go right back. Don't fall for it. Keep going forward. Have a great day, guys. Bye.